Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN. Today, we are going to be taking a look as we continue on the top 25 stats series where we pull data from across the game at the top 25 fighting alliances. So similar to the one we did yesterday where we talked about fighting kingdoms and we looked at merits and then merits to power and we gauged activity percentage. I am thinking about adding a little bit more onto this and I'll maybe talk about that a little at the end. However, if you enjoy the content, make sure you throw us on because it helps out a lot. So a couple disclaimers as always to get out of the way. Data here was pulled on the 16th of February, usually around 3 to 5 UTC. Number two is that if you do want to get access to any of the data, this is the master sheet. I typically will port over all the data to the public community sheet at least 24 hours or longer after the video is released. If you do want to get access to that, link to the Discord is in the pinned comment description down below. Once you join the Discord, then all you have to do is go up here to reaction roles. You will select Call of Dragons. You'll go down to Call of Dragons. If it doesn't pop out, you just click the header. Then you go to COD Data Stats. It's going to be the top link. Pin it, save it, bookmark it, whatever you do, check on it once a month. Number three is that any of the screenshots that you see on here are just meant to be visual aids. They are not meant to be any accurate depiction. The stat lines are for the date and time that they were pulled. Number four is that if you do want to get any information on the data bot that we use to pull the data now, or if you're someone looking for some thumbnails, there's information. You can reach out to Fuzzy or Pasan if you'd like some more deets on that. Links to those Discord servers are in the pinned comment description as well. And then I guess lastly, if there's any particular types of data that you'd like to see, or if you're curious on, hey, can we pull it? Can we show it? Maybe you have an idea, something else you'd like to see added onto this one. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. Okay, let's get into it. Number 25. We have Kingdom 221. This is SW1. So SW got 8 dragons. That was the rename. They had 1.45 billion merits or 9.49% activity. Now, keep in mind, we're just using kind of a soft gauge here of basically doing merits divided into power to give us activity numbers. I do have some ideas on how I can add more to this. And as I said, if I remember and short-term memory loss does not kick my butt, I will be sure to talk about it at the end. Because this is the first time I'm kind of doing it this way, these are all first appearances, right? So I'll update these appropriately so that way we can reflect it on the next month. Number 24. From Kingdom 62, we got Hyphen FG. Hyphen, this is FG Family. They came in at 1.47 billion. Now keep in mind, these are just alliance numbers, right? So this is different than the Kingdoms. Kingdoms is top 300 power. We can also do top 600 power, really anything. But for Alliance, it's just the Alliance and the players that were in the Alliance at the time of capture. So 1.47 billion merits. We have 10.49% activity percentage to power from FG Family. And again, first appearance. Number 23, Kingdom 293. We got Oath, the Order of Oath. This is where Beaslef, his project is. And again, still amazing that they're still going. I mean, really, really a good job there. We got 1.48 billion merits or 11.44% activity to power there for Oath. Number 22. We got WAO from Kingdom 259. This is We Are One. They came in at 1.51 billion merits or 15.64% for where they were at the time. Again, really good. But at the same time, most likely they probably just didn't have everyone that was in the Alliance for kind of max there based on the screenshot that you're seeing here, right? There might have just been some diffused or dispersed players, and maybe it could have been for any number of reasons. But again, right, the percentage I would say is still good based on what they have, but I imagine it probably would have been reflected differently if they had the full power. Number 21, Kingdom 36. We got FSK. This is Forsaken. They came in at 1.53 billion merits, and they had 11.06% for their activity. Number 20, we got Kingdom 255. This was SV: Storm Vanguard. Came in at 1.61 billion merits or 10.39% activity to power. Number 19, Kingdom 259, LTDT or L2D2. It just sounds better. Oh, interesting. This was supposed to be LT. Oh, I see. I bet you it's because they split. And that's most likely why. because there's two alliances here that are from them, but for some reason I captured WAO a second time, so that's my own fault for not capturing the appropriate screenshot. But again, they had 11 bill, 1.73 billion merits, or 15.66% activity. As we go to number 18, Kingdom 156, this is BNR. They are at 1.74 billion merits, or 11% activity. That's brothers everywhere, but I guess it's bro and sis everywhere now. Number 17, Kingdom 244. This is TG : ampersand. Together we strong. 1.83 billion merits, 12.69% activity to power. Number 16, we got Kingdom 49. This is NTS. Natiskas. I still have to ask Mark how I say that. 1.85 billion merits. Activity here is 9.43% to power. Number 15, this is HWG. Here we go from Kingdom 223, 1.97 billion merits, or 16.3% for activity. We got number 4, or sorry, I should say from Kingdom 276. At number 14, we have KOV Squiggly, Knights of Valor. They came in at 2.03 billion merits. Activity is 14.04%. Next, we have LTS Squiggly from Kingdom 134 at number 13, 2.13 billion merits, or 12.46%. Then we have at number 12 from Kingdom 30, we have -NA-Nova Avengers. They were at 2.16 billion merits, or 12.66%. Then we get to number 11, Kingdom 96. This is where EDS is playing, Eternal Dragons, 2.22 billion merits, or 11.13% activity to power. At number 10, as we break into the top 10, from Kingdom 57, we have NF57, Nightfall, 2.34 billion merits, or 12.89% activity to power. At number 9, Kingdom 283, this is RFF. Refund Family, they came in at 2.39 billion merits, or 16.15% activity to power. Rank 8 from Kingdom 222, HOUW, so we have House of Wolves. They came at 2.49 billion merits, or 16.69% activity. I mean, it's a good number. At number 7, 363, we got SSG, 13, or I should say 2.56 billion merits. They came in at 18.8% activity. I mean, that's pretty high. That might be one of the highest I've seen. Kingdom 68, -GG- Gilded Guardians, 2.59 billion merits, or 14.26% activity. That's still good. Number 5, Kingdom 266, we got RA-C for Catching Fire. Their alliance, 2.78 billion merits, or 14.67%. Again, very respectable. At number 4, BD-O from Kingdom 41, 2.92 billion merits, 12.94% activity to power. At number 3, we got EIS, Eminence and Shadow from Kingdom 176, the new home kingdom. So we have 2.96 billion merits, or 17.29% activity. I mean, that's really good. I would argue. Number 2, Kingdom 2, WB_B, War Beast from Kingdom 249, 3.09 billion merits, or 16.44% activity to power. I mean, it's really good. And then we got number 1, Echo. They came in at 3.216 billion merits, 14.89% activity, very respectable. And they're playing in Kingdom 60. That is where we are at, fam. That's what we got. Now, one of the things, as I shockingly did not forget, I guess there's 2 things really. Number 1 is, when I am doing this, I do need to be sure that I am grabbing them at a time where most of the kingdoms have finished their KVKs. So they're either in pre-war or they're at the end of their KVKs. And the kingdoms on this list are. But the second part as well is, I think, adding some more context. And I was hanging out in the UDF server last night and was chatting up with some really lovely folks there. And we had kind of got into this conversation because someone had asked me, what I had thought about kind of going down the rabbit hole of data a little bit more on PvP stuff, or I guess it maybe just kind of got there where the conversation headed. And one of the things that I had thought of where I could add something more to this would be if we were to show kind of game-wide averages for end-of-season merits, right? So if we looked at all the alliances at the end of their seasons, where are their merits to power, And then we looked at averages from season to season, right? Then we could look at overall averages, right? When we get enough. And then you can essentially create baselines on like, well, here's the median average amount of merits for alliances at like, 20 bill plus or 15 bill plus or 10 bill plus or 5 bill plus, right? Here's the averages for those. And then here's the highs and here's the lows. And you can kind of compare where these alliances and or kingdoms and or maybe even players would be showcasing, right? So when I'm showcasing that on top 25, I can say, well, as an example, I could have said, Echo's at 3.2 billion merits. They're at 14.89% activity for the end of their season, right? They're 1.12 billion merits above the average, right? They're 0.5 billion merits away from the high end, and they are 2.5% points above the median average on global PvP activity for KVKs. Being able to kind of speak to that and show you the numbers, I think, can really add a whole nother layer of context and I think fulfillment when it comes to knowing if an alliance performed well, if a kingdom performed well, if players performed well based on their capabilities. Right. So did they overperform, underperform? Did they perform on an average level? I think being able to showcase that would be, for me, I think the next step on something like this. And obviously, if there's anything else you guys can think of, or maybe have thought of something as I'm explaining my portion here at the end, let me know what you think in the comments below. That's it for me. As always, until next time, we'll catch you later.